let me know how you guys are doing. I want to see how everyone's progressing. I was thinking, like, this program, ideally, it should be once a month and then let people sink in and practice each month because a week is pretty short. Because there's a lot of depth to each of this session. So I just wanted to get temperature on how you guys are absorbing it and applying it and where you guys are at.
Okay.
Good morning. Anyone? Anyone?
I mean, like, I keep thinking about what you say in the class, you know? Especially, like, when negative thoughts come in, I just stop it right away. So, just the thoughts, not me. You know, that stick with me.
Yes.
Like, separation between thoughts and me. But before that, I thought it was just me.
Yes,
Only
good.
Me, you know?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Very good.
I feel like I'm kind of curious what to do with like the positive thoughts too. It's like, oh, is that me, or is it just like, do I just feel like, oh, interesting, I have a positive thought over there, you know?
None of it is you. You get to decide what you want to be you or what you want to feel.
So sometimes I feel for me, just professionally, those thoughts can be helpful in the sense that they help me put in a plan to protect against downside. Not that I want to keep thinking those thoughts and I try to get out of my head as soon as possible, but they do. Should this happen, at least it helps me focus to create a plan for it.
Okay, so with that, I want to re-emphasize. Thoughts are not bad. It is the function of the mind. The mind is not bad. It is only when you let the mind take over is when it becomes something you have to be in control of. For example, my hand is useful because if I need to use it, I will use it. I need to adjust this camera. I need to get something from my pocket. It is useful. But if it's just going like this all the time and just slapping and doing this all the time, then I have to control it. If you pay attention to your mind, it is useful. Practical reasons for work. I need to make a plan. I need risk management. I need to figure out what I need to do for this week. It is useful. But if you pay attention, sometimes it's doing this. Stop making me think so much. I'm trying to sleep. Or I'm trying to just be with my family, but it's thinking about work and doing all this. That's what it's doing. So that's why you have to put some control, or else it's taking over. So just to re-emphasize, the mind has its function. Thoughts have its function. It's just when it gets out of control, which nowadays it has gone out of control for a lot of people. So you just have to be more conscious. And that's it. Okay? So it's not a bad thing. Really, there's no good or bad thoughts. It's just how it affects you. There could be good thoughts, there could be bad thoughts. It doesn't matter. What you think is a good thought here could be bad for someone else. What you think is a bad thought now, it could be good for someone else. There's no good or bad. It's just how it feels your life. And if it aligns with it, then you want to get more of it, take more of it. And if it doesn't, then you disregard it. Okay? Anything else, guys? I'm just taking a temperature on how you guys are absorbing all the sessions.
Sorry, hopefully I can express this right. When doing something kind of like technical or difficult, and then I mess up, I do the affirmation, but on top of that, I then need to kind of take that moment and then do the breather to reset, so that I'm kind of in this, like good state, so I can approach the kip again or the ollie lift again.
Yes.
Yeah, like I can't just do the affirmation and all this stuff is still fumbling around and then go again and expect to
Yes,
hit
yes.
it, right?
Yes. So you're saying you apply
I had
also
to
the breath
combine,
and
yeah, I had to
yes.
combine.
So it is, remember, this is all, that's great. That's what you want to do. You want to apply each one because it is a progressive. So for example, just the affirmation, that's one tool. Once it starts going, most of the times you could bring it back to breath. Because remember, that's the quickest way to change your nervous system. Maybe you're trying to force a thought with the affirmation, it may not work right away. But if you just start, and then now all of a sudden, because your nervous system is calmed down, your mind is a little bit calmed down, and then now you could say, okay, I got this. I can do this. I know I can do 2 reps. I've done 2 reps many, many times already. Okay, so you're applying it all together. Okay. Anything else before I move to this week's topic? So this week's topic is another succession to what we've been doing. Feelings. Okay? Feelings is very, very powerful. Very, very powerful. And today I'm just gonna give examples, just so that you guys can just sink it in. Feelings are just like thoughts, but even more powerful. Because you guys know, feelings, it's strong. Very, very strong, very potent. It is the connection between your mind and your body. Feeling, the both. And it's very similar to your thoughts, because first you have to be aware of your thoughts, and then feelings is there. It's a little bit subtle. So feelings. How you feel is not really so much of what you think, is how your action rolls out. It's how you feel. Like if you feel confident, you're gonna act a certain way. Even if your thoughts are something else, but if you feel confident, you're gonna act a certain way. If you feel defeated, you're gonna go through life acting a different way. Okay, regardless of your thoughts. So, I wanna give a couple of examples. One example, my business partner. What I know from him is, so one thing about my business partner, he's one of the most successful, wealthiest guys I know. And what interesting thing is, to me, he's not like the smartest. He's not like who I would expect to be in that position. But what, hanging out with him a lot, what I know is how he feels. Like his feelings towards success, towards wealth, towards money is very positive. He's always like, oh, I love to spend money. I love to get money. I love to spend money. If someone, or success, like, oh, I love, if he hears someone else is successful, he's like, oh, that's great. I love success. There's not 1 ounce of like, oh man, how is he getting all that success and I'm not? Or like, there's no ounce of comparison or shortage of it. So his feelings towards success and wealth is always positive, regardless whether it's him or somewhere else. Oh, someone just won the lottery. Oh, that's great. I love getting a lot of money out of nowhere. Like, oh, cool. And that's just how he is. That's how his feelings towards that is. And guess what? I've known him for 6-7 years, and man, wealth and success just comes to him. And again, it's not his intelligence, it's not even his hard work, it's just his feeling is so strong towards it in every sense that that's just how the universe relates to him that way. I'm going to give you another example. So that's start with like wealth and success. We have a close friend, my Jennifer, my wife, she's one of her close college friends. Before, she would always feel like I am very unlucky. That's how she would feel. Whatever bad will happen usually will happen. And that's just how she feels. And a lot of the times things keep happening to reaffirm that. Random things, like she'll go on a vacation to Hawaii, have a whole week planned. First thing, gets out of the airport, sprains the ankle. Has to go to the hospital, gets cast, and then now really can't enjoy. And she's like, of course it's gonna happen to me. And that's her mind, of course. I knew something like this would happen. It always happens. And throughout our time knowing, has a lot of those unlucky situations. And guess what? She always likes, I wouldn't say she likes to, but guess what happens again? Oh, look what happened again. I know this, and that's kind of just how she feels. That's how she relates. Something changed when she had her first baby. When she had her first baby, after some time, everything started changing in her life. She got a new job. She's with Amazon now, and she's in one of the high positions, and she got stocks and all these, and then now she's doing very well in her career. And then her health starting to change. Like, all these things are starting to happen. And then me and Jennifer was telling me, like, wow, like, look at Q, like, her life is, there's so many good things happening all of a sudden. What do you think that is? For me, it's clear. She just had a baby. And every time we hang out, she always tells, oh my gosh, I've never been so much happier. I feel so much grateful, and I feel so much love every single day. And she would always say how she loves being a mom and how much a blessing that is. So once the baby came, there's no more feelings of I'm unlucky. Every single day, and feelings are so strong, holding her child, she's feeling love. She's feeling blessed. She's feeling grateful every single day. And because she's feeling that, things are starting to change in her life. I never told her that. Jennifer's like, what do you think that is? I was like, I'm 100% sure that's what it is. My life has, ever since I've done this, I've seen it happen over and over and over again. As far as health, because I have been training for a long time, I am very confident in my physical abilities and my health. In my mind, doesn't have to be true, but in my mind, I feel invincible. It sounds crazy, but just in my mind, I feel invincible. I can do anything. And I used to tell Jennifer, it's okay, I'm invincible. And she's like, just laughs, but I don't get sick. I am still getting stronger and fitter each year, even as I'm aging. None of my colleagues are in that same spot. They're thinking, oh my gosh, I feel so old. Oh my gosh, like this and that, and like I'm not where I'm used to. Those thoughts never come across my head. They never do. I feel good. I feel healthy. I feel strong. And because I train every day, I am just like, that's how I feel. And because I'm coaching, I love that too. Like when I see someone PRing or someone doing something, I'm like, yes, I'm just celebrating it. For me, it's all positive feelings towards that. It's not like, oh, if someone, for example, Jorge beats me in a mile run or like some workout, yes, Jorge. Like, I've been waiting for someone to like overtake me or give me a challenge. It's not like, oh my gosh, like now Jorge's. I'm celebrating. It feels, I like that. Okay? And then my health and fitness responds in that same level. So, you guys are getting my drift, right?
Question. So, going back to Jen's friend, is it just that positive things started happening, or do you think it's more? Because a lot of those things are random. Not necessarily having a baby, but like twisting your ankle, for example, that's random, right? It's just that she felt good and she's focusing on the positive rather than focusing on the negative, right? It's more like a mindset. Or it's not like all of a sudden probability in her life all of a sudden changed and only good things started happening. Right? I mean that's not, at least the way I understand the world, that's not how the world actually works. There's a lot of randomness in everything we do and chaos.
Yes. So, in his mind, that's how it is. I used to think that way too. Until all these things started to happen. Now I don't think anything's random.
You don't think anything's random?
I don't think the ankle's random at all. I don't think anything that happens to me is random. I think everything is within, and it's very clear. Once you start embodying this or becoming aware of this, you will know very, very clearly that when I am in a very good state, things will happen. At first, you will think it's random. At first, I thought it was random, or it's a coincidence. And then it keeps happening. And it happens over and over and over and over again. And I'm like, this is not random anymore. I can't even say it's coincidence. I learned it is called synchronicity. And even on the other side, if, for example, I am feeling in a slump of some way, things, for whatever reason, seems like it's just getting worse and worse because I'm just dwelling in that slump. And the more I become aware of it, the more it's clear that one of the biggest teaching that I have learned, and it is reinforcing it every single day, every year, is the external world is a direct reflection of your inner world. The external world is a direct reflection of your inner world. And I see examples all over my life, and in people's life, my close friends, my family. I see them in their life. In my college group, I was in a fraternity. There's 11 of us, and there's one guy who you never would think he is in college. We don't know where we're gonna be, but he's just this guy who's just loud, not responsible, just not charming, not really that smart. But he had the most positive mindset from all of us. Whatever something, a challenge that comes up or something wrong, he always sees it in a good way. I saw that from the very beginning. And in our group of 11 people, right now he is the most comfortable, successful person. He didn't have the highest degree. We have doctors, we have lawyers, we have dentists, we have all these different people within our group. But somehow, with high degrees and who's much smarter and more charming, but somehow this guy just happened to get into a company who was a startup, who now and got shares from the very beginning, and somehow with all this increase in stocks Now he's at a high position and worth a lot. Is that random? Could be not. But the more you see it, the more you realize it is not random. To me, from my experience, nothing is random. So, you guys can understand the weight of feelings. Yes? And you don't even have to believe me. Like, for example, Jorge's like, I still believe that there's a lot of randomness that happens. That's fine. Okay? Because I cannot, what I've seen and what I've experienced, I cannot put on him. It's something for him to see himself. As he starts doing this, maybe he starts noticing, oh, a coincidence. Oh, this happened. Oh my gosh, it's starting to happen again. Oh, it's happening again. It's happening again. I can't say it's random anymore. And it might change. That's what happened to me. So, of course, feelings can be good and can be bad. So, you have to pay attention to what feelings is going through every single day. And even not every single day, but maybe there's just always that underlying feeling. Because it can affect you in ways you may or may not know. Another, within my college friends, another guy that I talked to, we had a deep conversation one time, and he was saying he has this underlying regret within him that he just, it's always in his, that just kind of like pops up every now and then, and he'll just shut it down. And this feeling of regret was, it happened, he's not sure if this was the first one, but he says, for as long as I can remember, or for a while, I've been always having this sense. He thinks, or at least this was one of the biggest one, was during the whole crypto thing. He bought crypto very early, went way up, and of course he would have been super wealthy now, but I guess he held it and it crashed, or I don't even remember, but that happened to a lot of people. But that was a very big setting in him that left him that feeling of just, oh, why didn't I just hold on to it or whatever. And then he started saying just like, yes, Dad, and then he started talking about all these other situations that has happened ever since that he has regretted. Because this feeling is so strong, that's what you're emanating. So even if it's something good that comes, it might come back in some way that will give you that feeling that you are so strongly emanating. So I told him, you have to make peace with it. Like, see and like make peace and see how you have grown from it. See, like maybe if you did have it, like maybe you're not mature enough to have all that, and you might blow it in some other way. I don't know, but like you have to see that there's some good or some learning lesson from it instead of just see it as a regret. Checking the time. So, very important to check. I mean, here we are with the gym, it's health, fitness, and well-being. So I'm emphasizing this as a whole life thing. And Guys, if you guys come here, there's a lot of positive feelings that you can extract from here. The workouts are not easy. They're challenging every day, every week, and we're doing it every time. You should be feeling strong. You should be feeling confident. You should be feeling healthy. You should be feeling like I am disciplined. I am successful. I am consistent. These are all feelings that you can generate from here, and you want to make sure that you are doing that. Question?
So, a way to think about this, right? Negative compounding, what you said over the last 4 weeks. Regulate your breath to help reaffirmation, help regulate your feelings, kind of stuff. Is that the way you think about that?
Yes. So the breath is the first one. And you guys all know feelings, emotions are very strong. So sometimes you can't control it. Sometimes if you're very upset or you're very angry or you're very hurt, you can't. As much as you want to try to get rid of it, you can't. So bringing back to your breath helps. Sit down for a couple minutes, just take some deep, slow belly breaths. Calm down a little bit. You will still feel it. That's okay. Then you become aware of it. Thoughts will respond to these emotions. You feel hurt. Now your brain is going to keep going of why me? Like why does it gets to the victim mindset. Like why does this stuff keep happening to me? And these thoughts come. Now you just see them. I don't want these thoughts. These are making it worse. This is just like putting more fuel into the fire. And just know that they're just thoughts. But also know, because throughout all these years there's some times when I just don't feel great for whatever reason. Something happened and with all these techniques and stuff, sometimes you can't shake it. It just has to be there. And that's okay. Sometimes it has to be there for a few hours, sometimes a few days. But you just, for me, I know that it's going to go away. It is just a feeling. It will pass. So if I'm feeling a certain way and I'm breathing through it, I know that they are just, and the corresponding negative thoughts are coming. I know they're just thoughts. But I still can't help feel but sad or whatever. I know that it will go away and it's a feeling. It's a feeling. It's not me. It's just there. Just like the weather. There's a big cloud that's coming. Maybe it's gonna stay for a couple days before it moves on. Sadness comes in. It's gonna stay for some time. I can do what I can, but I'm not going to dwell on it and let it become bigger than it needs to be. Just let it have to experience it fully, and then so it can pass. Hi Greg, we're talking about our feelings. Yes. So, what you can do is going above your thoughts, seeing what goes on in here. Remember, it's the bridge between mind and body. You could also feel it in the body. Sometimes your heart sinks, that's a downer. You could just know that, okay, I'm not feeling that good. And if you can pinpoint what's causing it, then you could try to flip it. Like, for example, one thing I mentioned here is there's no such thing as failure. There's no such thing as failure. I never say you failed, you can't do it. Just don't ever do that again. Okay, you didn't hit that weight. Okay, let's see what went wrong. Was it your form? Was it your technique? Was it what can we do to, or maybe you're just not there yet. What do we have to do to build it up? In this way, you're also training that like there's no such thing as failure. And I never feel failure. It's just, oh, this is a challenge. I didn't get that. Now let's see if I can get that after training a little bit harder. And then now you're training that feeling of when something goes wrong or something that you've failed in, you don't feel like it's a failure. It is a challenge that you just have to try in different ways so that you can get it. So in here we are, without knowing, building a lot of these programs and thought patterns and feelings. But now that you guys are aware of it, you guys can bring it out more. That's it, guys. 8:32. Any quick questions? Sydney.
So you have a repetitive feeling, let's just say, and something that maybe is just happening over and over again that you tell yourself that this is like true. The best approach to kind of change that mindset is to affirmations, or how do you change the negative feelings?
Did you guys hear her question?
No.
So she says if there's a repetitive feeling that's been happening, that's happening a lot, and it's already in her mind that she believes that it's true, how do I change that? So the way you change it is once you get back to it, see what's causing it. Every time that comes up, what's causing it, and then flip the narrative. Flip the narrative to like how it could have been beneficial, how it could have been a learning lesson to help you grow, how it could have been in any way. There is a very powerful process that I did. I did it twice already, but for 49 days, every single day, I contemplated on one thing in my life that may have caused a negative, or something that I saw negative in my life. And then with that, I tried to see how it was a positive, how it became a positive for 49 days straight. And after that, starting towards the later half, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't think of any more negative things. That's the first thing. And then you're just like, wow, I can't even think of any more negative things that has happened. And then also at the same time, all these negative things are starting to rewire. For example, like my buddy who lost all that money in crypto. Maybe it's like, wow, if I had all that money all at once right now, not even mature enough, and out of college time when you just love to party, things can go really bad. Lucky I didn't have that then. I might have killed myself. Or, I don't know. You have to just see how it could have been a positive. And then as you start rewiring that, then you keep doing it with that feeling, because maybe you don't know the root cause of it, but as you keep doing it, it's going to start changing. All right, guys, that's it. Thank you very much. Let's get ready for the workout.